Verse 6. For him who has conquered his lower self by the higher self, his self is a friend. And for him who has not possessed his higher self, his very self will act in enmity like an enemy. So where Shri Krishna says, for him who has conquered his lower self by the higher self, if we were to split it into parts, then as I said earlier, then the scriptures say that the lower self is the mind, body and the senses, and the higher self is the individual soul, you who are the decision maker. Shri Krishna here describes a person who realizes that he's a witness. This is because everything is the soul. Even nature is in the soul. One who has conquered this lower self of the mind, body and senses by the higher self, then such a person is his own friend. On the other hand, when one has not conquered the lower self of the mind, body and senses, then his own self will act in enmity like an enemy. Such a person will do the work of his own enemy. If an ordinary person thinks that if he does what his body likes, then he's a very good person because he's made the body happy, the Gita says that such a person who remains drowned in doing things that his body likes will perform the role of his own enemy. One who has kept his own body under control and has developed, has played the role of his own friend. You should not suppress your body, you should be in control of your body. You have to use your body like a vehicle. Sharira madhyam anu dharma sadhanam. You need your body as a means to attain dharma and yoga. You cannot go without using your body, but the body is the means and not the end. One who has used his body like this has played the role of his own friend. If I were to take a simple example, then imagine that a son is leaving from college. He has to go home to his mother because his mother is sitting there waiting for him. His mother is thinking that if this son comes back home at 1 p.m. after college, then both the mother and son could eat together. If this son drives his car carefully so that he reaches home at 1 p.m., then his car has done the work of his friend and his car has been like a friend to him. Also, if we look at it from another way, then he has also looked after the car, has cleaned it and has filled it up with petrol at the petrol pump on the way before reaching home. He has also acted like a friend to his car and treated his car well to reach his mother. Both mother and son sat down peacefully to eat and both were very happy in the end. But if this son leaving from college used his car to get him into fights and did what he liked with his car, then he acted as an enemy to the means that would take him to his mother. The consequence of this was that he acted in enmity with the means, and this is the same as enmity towards the driver. When you act in enmity towards that thing which you use, then in reality that's not enmity with the means, but in fact enmity towards oneself. If a person is standing every day with the video camera filming a discourse, then if he maintains the video camera properly, then he's in friendship with himself. When he's maintaining his camera, then he is maintaining himself. But if he acts in enmity with his camera, then because it's a camera, as soon as the camera stops working, he will stop working. In the same way, this body is a means to get to penances and to worship, yoga and the Supreme Soul. If we use it in that way, then we have won over it. It does not say that we should suppress it, rather that we should control it and we should conquer it. And conquering can only be done through love. You cannot conquer something through suppression, you can only press on something through suppression. If you suppress yourself, then you will not be able to stay in peace, because a person suppressing himself is just waiting for his powers to grow so he can come back to what he has suppressed. But if you conquer something with love, then this is true victory. You have to be in friendship with yourself. That is how such a person behaves with himself. Let us go to the next verse.